Another report now saying a key Apple hardware executive is considering leaving the company. Steve Kovach joins us now with more. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, it just keeps piling on, right? You have all these big shots out there in Cupertino. They're getting new careers for the holidays, and there have been several changes in the last 7 days, on top of several departures over the last few months. Now, the latest after last week's exodus is chip boss Johnny Srouji. He wants to leave, according to Bloomberg. He's been instrumental in ditching Intel chips at Apple. You can kind of think of him as the Johnny Ive of chip design. It would be a huge loss for the company. He's one of those sort of singular talents over there. And look, these shakeups that we keep hearing about, this drip, drip, drip of announcements of executives leaving, a lot of this is to meet this artificial intelligence moment. The world has been changing around Apple the last few years while it kept things mostly the same. And next year is actually going to be a monumental one for Apple after it failed to deliver on artificial intelligence this year. So that AI Siri update is coming in the spring, and they have to get that one right. That's part of the reason why AI boss John Giannandrea, he stepped down last week and was replaced by an executive at a lower level than he's been serving at. And now they need that system to work before they can launch other AI-powered products, such as glasses to compete with the ones Meta's making, and some smart home products that are expected next year as well. It's also Apple's 50th anniversary coming up in April. They got a looming antitrust trial that its new attorney is going to have to deal with. And look, there's a lot of things going on here. Some of these departures are changes to meet that AI moment, but a lot of these recent departures we have to talk about in the context, they appear to be leaving voluntarily to work on projects at Meta and OpenAI. So we'll find out next year, though, guys, if this is the right team in place to bring Apple to that next leg.
The stock just keeps on keeping on.
It keeps going up, but I mean, they really, they missed the AI moment. And whether or not you think artificial intelligence is going to be the next big platform or something is being foisted on us.
But how much? Look, the memes online even over the weekend are just about this sort of exodus.
Exactly.
You would think that the whole place is gone. I don't know if you saw there's one meme that shows the leadership board of Apple, and Tim Cook is on it. Yeah. And the rest is white and blank.
And it just missing. And by the way, Tim Cook now has 2 fewer direct reports than he did this time last week.
How much do you think the investor class should worry about that?
Well, here's the thing. I view it as when we talk about succession and whether or not Tim Cook's going to leave early in the year, if he was leaving, why would there be so much change, at least from that he's pushing for?
Right.
Before he leaves. Usually the new guy comes in and would clean house and change things up. I saw this kind of as a signal he's sticking around. By the way, the new attorney for them, they said in the press release she's going to report to Tim as of March 1st. So there's your little hint that, that Financial Times report that came out saying he's going to leave early next year. Perhaps, at least for right now, Apple suddenly that's not going to happen.
But how deep do you think this bench is, and how critical are these individuals versus other individuals? In a world where everyone always thinks that everybody's dispensable or indispensable, how indispensable are these particular people?
It's a case-by-case thing. Srouji, the chip guy I was talking about, he's quite indispensable. In fact, that Bloomberg report saying they want to entice him to stay, so they're going to potentially give him a CTO role, more responsibility, and so forth. He did an extraordinary job with those Mac chips and divorcing them from Intel.
Here, and it's amazing.
The reason why you can open that more than one Chrome tab on that computer and it doesn't sound like it's going to explode. That's him, the battery life, all that kind of stuff. It led to a surge in Mac sales. Artificial intelligence. He created the hardware platform to make Apple Intelligence and all these AI stuff possible on these devices before we even talked about ChatGPT. It would be a huge loss. So that's the thing. We talk about these guys leaving voluntarily versus the ones like John Giannandrea, the AI guy, who were likely pushed out. What is going on here? It is just a lot of change for a company not known for changing. And you got to look at the board, too. A lot of people are about to age out there as well.
There's still a time where AI is more important than it is now for Apple. It's only 10 points off an all-time high.
Right, and right now, all it is about selling phones. You got to keep in mind, they're going to give away their AI stuff, at least that's what we think, for free. So they have to use it. It either has to push people to buy more iPhones, maybe upgrade earlier than before, or go into these other products, or they find a way to charge for it.